Greetings, Commanders! Welcome to Kerrash Landing, the Elite Dangerous Community Show. Joining me tonight, someone you may know from the Twitch chat, quite a regular here. It's Gaming with Ian. How you doing, sir?
Hey, how's it going? I'm doing very well, thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you on tonight, sir. I really appreciate the help from the community and the support from everyone. So it's fantastic to have you here to help me, and I appreciate all the help you've done over the recent months since you've been a moderator on the channel as well. So you've been really helping me out with that, keeping the chat going. It's really good fun. So thank you.
I'm not actually sure how that happened. I just had to be in the right place at the right time, I think.
Wow, I think it's nice to see, when there's people in the chat that are answering questions, and I kind of peer over and I'm like, oh, they've answered that. Brilliant! Thank you, great. And it's nice. I think over the first few months, it was like I was asking a lot of questions and things like that, and then eventually, as we got kind of regulars in the chat, it was like, oh yeah, we know that one, yeah, and it was just getting answered, and that was great. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah, no problem, my pleasure.
And greetings to everyone in the chat. Hello there, everybody.
Hey,
too many names to mention.
here.
Toad's here. Hi, Toad. Have you got back from your exploration yet, Toad? I doubt you have. You have been going crazy exploring. I'm really fascinated to see some of your pictures. Saturnine, greetings, Commander. Nice to see you here again. Bewilderbeast, Dobbo, all the regulars. Petrus, nice to see you. Sorry if I missed one. Omniferous, there you are. There's so many chats. It's absolutely excellent. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in tonight.
Pretty sure we've been Toad raided here.
Toad raid! Brilliant, nice one. Yeah, no, it is fantastic. I mean, I really do love the support the community gives for the streaming. It's absolutely excellent. So thank you very much. Toad's mapping all of the stars. Yes, all of them from A to B.
The entire galaxy. I expect nothing less of you, Toad. We want to see the entire galaxy explored.
Absolutely, yes. We need to see all of those stars. And I think Toad would be the first one to do it. So
he'll definitely have the most stars mapped, I think.
So today I thought it was only fitting I buy this paint job on here today, as I know there's a lot of bad things going on in France at the moment, so I thought, yeah, just a little touch. I thought I'd fly this decal on my Viper today. So yeah, it's not a great situation, I must admit, but there's nothing I can do personally. But I thought I'd go ahead and fly the French flag on my Viper.
Excellent choice.
So, some of the things that may have been seen in the newsletter today, actually, which was quite funny. The president was booed off stage. This is the president of Earth, Halsey. She was booed off the stage at the University Olympus Village. Now, Olympus Village is some people may know it from Frontier Elite 2. It was the place that you started on. I think it was the second or third save game you started on Mars, and it's just very difficult, very difficult. Wildebeest, yes, Gaming with Ian is our guest on there.
Yes, that guy.
Rightio. So I'm going to leave it open to the chat whilst we go through a couple of the bullet points. So I've got my new eagle to show off. There was a couple of things I wanted to show people with the eagle. I've also got my Cobra. So if people want to see a bit of bounty hunting and things, combat in the eagle, you can shout out eagle. If you want to see some rare trade runs in the Cobra and how to make some serious money very quickly in the game, then I'll show that. So I'll leave it open. Anyone can shout Cobra or Eagle now, and we'll go through that whilst we're going through the newsletter. So the first
Cobra.
Cobra. Yeah, no, the Cobra is pretty good ship for that, doing through trade runs and things like that. So if you want to get the money in quick to get your toys that you want to play with, that's the way to do it. Agricani, greetings! Eden Abacus, greetings, Ambassador!
Hey,
E-Pilot's here as well. Eagle, you want to see Eagle? Okie dokie. Beer! Beer, yes, we can do beer. We can do that,
Throw in some donuts, we got a party.
So first thing, I want to give a shout out, this is not on the newsletter, but this is something that came in the news today. I'm going to post the link up there for everyone to see. So the financial review information has come out on a couple of websites today. Frontier just posted up that they've currently hit over 300,000 commanders out there in the universe. So right on to all of you. That is absolutely awesome. They have blasted through their target. They've still got more to go to the end of the year as well, and they are absolutely hitting the goal that they thought they'd need to hit as a minimum, which is they've surpassed that. So that is absolutely excellent. So well done to everyone at Frontier for blitzing through that target, and thank you you to everyone out there who believed in it and backed it up. That is awesome. Thank you very much to everyone out there. That's so cool.
Incredible.
Toad raid. We definitely are having a toad raid, aren't we?
Toad raid, yes.
Lots of calls for eagle. I think we're going to have to switch over to the eagle.
Oh.
I know. We will try and, if we've got time, we jump into the right, retrieve. I will store my current ship. There we go. Absolutely. Fer de Lance, yes, I was going to get onto that. Yeah, so this is. Let's put this JPEG up in there for everyone to. So I'll post that in the chat now. So the Fer de Lance concept art was sneak peeked in the newsletter, which looks awesome. It really looks nice.
I really like the look of that one.
Oh, it's kind of like somewhere between the Viper and the Imperial Clipper. It's got that really nice kind of, I mean business, but I'm going to show off at the same time. So look, it's got that really nice look to it, which is awesome.
I'm kind of saying it looks a bit like, especially the image on the left, it sort of looks like a souped-up adder, actually.
Yeah, it is.
It's probably a lot bigger, though. But,
oh, yeah, I mean, looking at it, it's almost like it has two cockpits when you look down the centre line of it, so it'd be interesting to see what it flies like, though. Now, I must admit, I saw my first commander in an Imperial Clipper just the other day, and my word, it was thoroughly impressive. I don't know how anyone's managed to get that far already, but fair play to them.
Those things are not cheap.
No, and obviously you have to get the rankings with the Empire as well, so he's put a lot of work in there to do that.
Yeah, indeed.
Awesome. Oh yeah, so people are just, so unfortunately there is a delay on the chat, so if I do miss you on the chat, I'm not ignoring you. Honestly, there's about a 30-second delay, so people have literally just seen the 300,000 commanders out there, and that is a lot of players. That is absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Don't lie to us, Kerrash. You've already flown it in the Frontier HQ. Saturnine, I would have loved to have flown some of those ships. Unfortunately, I'm a bit of a stickler for things like that because they've told me about a few things in the past, and I'm like completely like no spoilers. It's like I want to see it and earn it myself. I want to do it properly. I'm absolutely adamant that I play the game properly, which is why I wiped my save just before the launch, because I wanted to play the game properly. I didn't want any bonuses or advantages or anything like that. I wanted to do it right.
Well, that's the best way to do it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Elite's all about. That's what I've wanted all this day, is that challenge, that start again from scratch, earn it, and have the joy of the fact that it's like, yeah, I did that from scratch, no help sort of thing, and that's what it's all about, is make those challenges that you enjoy and go off and do it. That's what the game's absolutely about. Right here.
Commander's asking about the 300k. I think that's that one.
Oh, where do I see the 300k commanders? Oh, yep. So I'll put this up in the. So there was a financial report that was published today.
That one, yeah.
Yeah. So I've got the link coming there. So there's it's over 300,000 there listed in that report, and I have a lot of money for it anyway, so onward and upwards on this. This is all going to just absolutely come home when we start seeing all these updates and all, which is going to be great.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
This game never ceases to amaze me.
No, it is absolutely brilliant, and I think what I'm looking forward to is the fact that it's a moving target. It's never going to be done. It's always going to be expanding and changing and having additions done to it, which is absolutely great. I cannot wait to do that.
But I'm not actually a Kickstarter backer, so I'll have to eventually pay for some of the downloadable content. But still, what I read today is like there's plenty of stuff that's going to be coming for free for us mortal people.
Yes, yeah. That's the great thing about it. It's not just you're going to have to wait for the expansions to get something. There's going to be continual content and features. I mean, not just the small things that we're seeing. Like every day, there's a new story. There's something else. Some other story or event is unfolding. So there's all those little things as well. But we're going to see the continual advancements. One of the things which is on there, the wings and local communications and things like that. Now, Sandro has already mentioned that we're going to have the ability to have wings or fleets in the game, which I suppose the easiest way of saying it is kind of like a pally-up group in World of Warcraft. It's like you can just have a little group of players locally that you're working with, and I assume it's going to be that you're allied with them, so hopefully friendly fire won't be an issue, because we know that's been an issue for a few people. I've done it myself as well. I hands off admit I've got two hasty with the trigger and just started blitzing away and hit some of those local security forces. I'm sorry, officer. Yeah, didn't mean to. Boost out of the way there. So it's happened to all this, but yeah. But so the wings are going to be an interesting thing, but it's also going to mean there's going to be enhancements to the local communications, being able to bounce out messages to everyone in a region of space that you can see, like in Super Cruise range and things like that. You know, replying to people automatically. You know, nice little UI enhancements. You know, the basic functionality is there for a lot of this stuff, and it literally is these layers making it more in line with the tools that you see in other like MMO style games and things like that.
But that's one thing that I don't really want to use the word annoyed, and I can't think of a better one. At the moment, if you're like, you can see the friends that you've got in your list if they're online or not, but you can't actually chat to them if you're not in the same instance.
yeah, which is it's a bit of a shame, but I think that's going to be addressed with some of these enhancements and stuff, you know, to kind of to help make that a little bit better. So quickly catch the questions. Sorry, the questions are streaming
Max just said, Max made a good point here. I'm a Kickstarter backer, but I'd still gladly pay for the expansions. That's the kind of community we're dealing with here.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. The support that Frontier's had from the community has just been amazing, and they really do appreciate it when I speak to them. It's like they can't believe, you know, the altruistic nature of everyone, you know, getting behind there, and you know, just constantly. We've got a pirate, you know, constantly offering more support and things like that. And yeah, I mean, absolutely. If they turn around with a Kickstarter and say, "Hey, we want to do a new expansion pack with X, Y, and Z in it," I'm like, "Yep, take my money." Yeah, it's.
Let me see. Nick10 said, "What do people think the DLCs will cost?" I don't think they've actually said anything about that at all.
They haven't announced any kind of pricing for them, but I'm assuming that the big expansion packs are going to be, you know, somewhere in like the £20 to £30 range, I imagine, as a complete speculative estimate there. I don't know myself, but I imagine they would be. They're practically going to be a whole new game when you consider it that way. You know, the planetary landing stuff, there's going to be so much that comes out of it. It's not just going down through the atmosphere and here you go landing. You know, I was talking about this last week about some of the possibilities of some of the things you could do in a situation where you get down through the atmosphere and stuff. You can have anything. You could have missions where you have to gather an atmospheric sample. You can have missions where you have to, you know, like the original games, go down and spy and take pictures of a military base or bomb it, something like that. Dropping supplies for people in need. You know, you won't even have to land on the planet. You just have to get down through the atmosphere and drop it in. Aerial bombardments. You know, there literally is a wealth of gameplay that can come out of just being able to enter the atmosphere of these planets. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be a game changer when these expansions come out. I don't think expansion is a fair term for them. You know,
no, it's going to probably like the size of a normal AAA.
Exactly.
At the moment,
yeah.
But that's one thing. Like in the previous, like the first Elite game I played was the second one, Frontier. And I really remember the ability to take off from a planet and land on a planet, and I was just like, oh my god, this is like the best thing ever.
Yeah, no,
I need more of this.
I echo that sentiment. Yeah,
but the problem with me at that time is I didn't actually get the game. I didn't understand what I was doing. So
yeah, I know that feeling.
it was just too overwhelming for me at the time. But somehow they've managed to make Elite Dangerous very easy to understand, for me at least.
Yeah, I think over the years they've kind of have that ability to kind of add more layers of polish and things on that to you know, even though the complexity is still there under the hood, it's much more accessible, I think, now.
Yes, indeed. That's quite an achievement, actually, because considering the complexity of the game, it's amazing they've made it so easy to use.
Yeah, absolutely. To take what is basically a simulator kind of concept and then make it, you know, approachable, and you can just pick up a 360 control pad and just, you know, go at it and kind of have a go and understand most of the systems in there and stuff. That's absolutely excellent. So fair play.
Yeah.
They've done an excellent job to balance that complexity versus accessibility there. So
it's actually one of my friends. He's in the chat right now. Arch3591.
Greetings, Commander.
He was totally going crazy about Star Citizen, and I told him about Elite. He's like, "What's Elite?" So I sent him to the website, and within 8 seconds he bought the game. Or something like that.
Nice one.
Now he's totally addicted. So I sort of feel guilty about that, but nah.
Oh no, no, he'll appreciate it in the long run. I mean,
Yeah,
look at an entire galaxy for the money. That's that's pretty good value for
pretty
money.
good value there.
But no, it's nice to see that even now it's kind of I'm trying to tune in and say hi to the streamers out there, and it's nice when this morning I popped in and there's some players that's like, oh, I'm buying this right now. I'm like, yes, it's great, this is great, absolutely brilliant. There we go. So
I wish I'd found out about it earlier. I probably would have done the Kickstarter backing as well. But I think I started at the end of beta 2.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Cool. So I think I better catch up on the questions really quick. So problem when I get interdicted in a battle, I miss things. A couple of questions there. M Star Killer, what rank do you need? I think you're talking about the Imperial Clipper. I think you need to be a Baron at least to get an Imperial Clipper. That might take a while. Hayden Abacus, am I the ambassador in Texas? No, I am not the ambassador in Texas. We'll go over that in a second. They've updated the exoplanets. Yes, we'll go over that in a second as well. Any more? Usually I spot for question marks, so don't don't spam question marks, but I'll usually see you if you put a question mark on.
Gerald Rold asks, what is with the oxygen warning?
Yes, I will explain my my combat setup in a minute. Let's go down. Mrs. Kerrash is here. that is actually my wife. Hi.
Hello, Kerrash's wife.
So I got modules. We need to go on my module priorities. We will get around to this. I don't want to miss anyone. I'll make sure I get you. If I have missed your question, please feel free to put it again on there.
And if I've missed it, I'm a noob. Sorry.
Oh no, don't. No, no, I wasn't silent running, but I will explain it. Everyone's spamming question marks on it now. So yeah, we'll go quickly over the modules on there. What I have done with my Eagle, I have set up my modules thusly. Here we go. So priority 1 on the modules you can see here means it's the highest priority. That's going to take precedence over everything else. And then I've got a few things in priority 2 and 3. Well, I'll put those all to 3 just to make it simple. Now, it doesn't matter what number you set this. I could set it to 2 just for simplicity, so we've got 2 levels of priority here. And what it means basically is all the things which is marked as priority level 2 will be turned off if I exceed the maximum power output of my power plant for the Eagle. Now, one of the problems with the Eagle is the power plant you can fit in, the maximum size is a class 2 power plant. Which gets a little bit tricky when you kit this one out. I mean, I've got literally all the bells and whistles on there here, so they take a lot of power. And you can see, where is it here? A2. I've got an A2 class 1 power plant, which is sorry, a class 2 power plant, which is not really enough to do this. I think it's got something like about 9.6 megawatts of power output, and I think with everything deployed I use about 10.5 megawatts, which is not enough. So the trick is, and this is not my tip, someone else came up with this, I apologise, I forget who I see it from now, but by giving myself a class A life support I get 25 minutes of reserve oxygen. So it means if I nudge all these things that I don't need, so I've got my cargo hatch, the life support, the frameshift interdictor, wake scanner, all these things, I don't need them for combat. So if I put them into priority 2, I deploy my weapons, and they will automatically go off and disable these other things for me. It gives me 25 minutes of combat, basically, because I'm not getting the reserve oxygen, but it means that I can still play around with all of the toys on a little ship, which is nice.
Actually, this is a funny story. A funny thing happened to me like last week.
Oh, really?
I was getting very frustrated with elite anacondas because I'm yet to kill one.
Yes, they're not easy.
Don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it's anyway. Went to a high-tech station and thought, you know what? I'll stick a massive beam laser on my ship, and that'll help. Yeah. So I did that, went back to the spot where the guy is supposed to be, found him, and as soon as I sort of dropped in and deployed my weapons, life support engaged, and I was killed within 3 seconds.
Yeah.
I forgot to upgrade the power plant. Oops.
I think we've all learned that way. I mean, the learning curve in the game is steep, but once you've done it once, you don't do it again.
Well, I don't know. I think that's the second time I did it.
Yeah, I forget how many times I boosted into the back of a station, but we've all been there. But yeah, I mean, I did a similar thing. I did that, and I think both my shields and my thrusters shut down. I went spinning out of control because I had no thrusters, and obviously my shields took time to recharge back up. So I was trying to boost out of the way. I'm like, no, what have I done? What have I done? Quick, get in there. But yeah, it's a bit of a pain.
Let's see.
Any more questions on there? Frame shift priority 2
yeah.
also. So sorry, I just picked up on that one. Yeah. So where is it? Frame shift drive. Oh, I must have nudged that one off onto 1. Yeah, that should have been on a priority 2. Basically, when you're in combat, you don't need to charge your frame shift drive. You know, you've got to put your guns away anyway, so you might as well put your frame shift drive into second priority as well. Yeah, maybe I just flicked that off with my thumb by mistake. Whoops.
Too many buttons.
There's way too many buttons on there.
That's what I like about mine. It's so simple.
Yeah, it's what kind of joystick do you use?
I have the Thrustmaster T-Flight.
Ah, yeah, that is an excellent stick on there. It's really, really good. My sister uses that one as well.
It's good for beginners. Like if you're not, it's nice and cheap, so you don't have to worry about spending a whole ton of money on something you might not use for that long.
Yeah,
which
no,
I doubt, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, I felt the same way as like, do I really go for the X52? It looks really nice, but I've never spent this much on a single peripheral. But there we go. General rolled and puppy stream frames dropping. Yeah, I've seen a few issues with a few streams today, to be honest. I don't know what is going on with it. I don't know whether it's Twitch. I've seen a lot of streams that are kind of rubber banding and doing weird things, so I don't know if it's me or Twitch. I apologize. If you do miss anything, just give me a shout and I'll repeat it. Please introduce the gentleman speaker. This is Gaming with Ian.
Gentleman? I'm not sure about that. Normal person who plays the game. There you go.
Oh no, we're all normal people. This is the thing. I mean, a lot of people turn around and say, "Oh, Crash, you're a dev. It's like, no, I'm not a dev. I'm not a dev. I must correct everyone on that. It's like I'm not affiliated with Frontier. I don't work for them. I'm not employed with them. They don't pay me anything.
Somehow you've done that. You've sort of generated this image of yourself as the person who knows
it's like,
all sorts of inside information, but you're not.
But it's fantastic though that Frontier have been really open with me. They've shared a lot of things with me, and like I said, it's like they want to tell me all these things, but at the same time I'm like, fingers in my ears. It's like, I don't want to hear it. It's like, I want the surprise. I want to find it myself as well. So it's a tough position to be in, but I cope.
Saturn 9, are you saying I'm a beginner? Yes, I'm a beginner.
We're all beginners. There's always more to learn, to be fair.
I have to agree with that.
It's a big game. Rightio. So Mrs. Crash, what's she saying there? There you go. Oh, that's it. Favoritism. She's popping her head in the door and pointing things out.
Yeah. She's got the
executive treatment. I think, yeah, exactly. Yeah. She just burst in. So one thing I think is a good point to cover this now. There was the patch that came out recently, the 104 patch that came out. And one of the things that was mentioned in there was how Michael Brooks mentioned how some of the mission rewards you get, like the influence of the system, the faction systems may not have all applied at when they were handed in, which was a real shame. So I don't know how that's affected the mission that I was working on to try and increase the reputation, the influence of the independence of the LFT 133. So I do apologise to everyone who has gone out and done that. I was out there doing it as well. I wanted it to work. I don't know whether it's applied or not. It seems like we have made a difference. I mean, they've entered a state of boom now, so they've gone from boom critical to boom. There's definitely things are changing in the system, but I'm not sure if the UI is actually displaying what we expect to see there.
Yes.
So yeah, I can only apologise on Frontier's behalf. I was honestly expecting it to work as well, so there was me throwing dozens of hours in there. I was like, yes, this is going to work, and then unfortunately, it just didn't seem to work, which is a big shame. Really sorry.
Yeah, the whole rep thing. Ugh.
Yeah. So there was a bunch of other fixes that went into the 104 patch as well. I think you've got some notes for this, haven't you, Ian?
Yes, I've got them here in front of me. Let's see. You want to just read them out?
Yeah, we can go for a few on there.
Alright, let's see if there's anything that really gets my attention. I read them yesterday. They've removed some terraforming data from the Pareko system, which caused an assert. Apparently a bug.
Yeah.
I keep reading the telemetry added to try and figure out why some machines are failing to load resource files. They keep adding stuff to find out what's going on. So I think
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have more and more logging and information going on and things like that. Because I think there are a few people where access is not working for them. I mean, everything for me has been relatively bug free. So I still occasionally get the odd commander that I can't text to. I text to most people, but then occasionally it's like I can't connect to them. So it must be something to do with the connection between my machine and their machine. And it's great that they're working on things like that, trying to fix these issues. You're never going to be able to get every single possible scenario of thing worked out because PC is such a wide and deep kind of platform to work with. There's so many different variations. Everybody's PC is different in one way or another, so it is a really difficult thing to do. So it's great that they're continuing to support that in future patches.
I think this is an interesting one. Add produced by and consumed by information to all trade goods except rares.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm hoping that doesn't affect my my rare trade run too much, because I've been making a lot of money on that. But no, it's but yeah, that's going to help, I think, because it's going to allow people to see where these things are coming and going to. It means trading's going to become more effective and easier to do, and hopefully is going to make it more enjoyable for people. So that's good to see that that's going in there.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm being entirely selfish by saying that I hope it doesn't affect it, because I don't want people to ruin my trade.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure lots of people here have found really good trade routes, and they want them to remain stable. But I mean, if any information that can be added for like new players, I think is really good, because
yeah, absolutely.
Speaking from experience, I really didn't understand how trading worked, and everyone's saying just buy low and sell high. I'm going, yeah, great, but how do I find out where the prices are? And
yeah, it's not easy. It is, like I said, it's not so much of a learning curve as a cliff. But once you get to the top of that, it's just pleasant vistas for the rest of the gaming. Yeah. So yeah, it is very difficult, and it's nice that they're kind of increasing the feedback, and like I said, I think just simple things in the UI elements that will help people understand the data they've got in front of them. This game is a wealth of information, but at the moment it's very opaque to a lot of people that don't understand it, and it's easy to fall into that rut, because we've all come from like the alpha and beta stages and stuff like that, and it's kind of easy to think, oh yeah, docking is, you do this, you do that, it's done, that. But when you're coming to the game new, which a lot of people are now, there's a lot of stuff which is just unknown, so it's nice to see that we're getting to continue support for that. I think we better jump back on the questions really quick. There's one here from Mug1Puck. Can I show how the interdiction process works? You've got all the kit, but you have no idea how to grab them. Let's see if we can find a player. This would be fun. So first player I lock on to, Commander Cronus. Let's see if he responds.
We're going to interdict you. Stay still.
You are live. So we're trying to get this. We'll do a live demonstration. Sorry for the clicky keyboard, folks.
I'm also guilty of that, so don't worry.
Right, there we go. Let's see if I can interdict. I'm not sure if I have the capacity to interdict him. I'm in an Eagle and he's in a Cobra, but we will give it a go. He's turning to face away from me, so yeah, I'll take that as a yes. Okay, Mug1Puck and everyone else listening on there. So right, so the trick with the interdiction is first of all you have to be behind your target. Then secondly, you have to catch up with them. They can't be too far in front of you. You have to be probably traveling at roughly the same speeds in order to do this. So let's do this. He's about 12 megameters away from me. Let's see if I can... Oh, there we go. So you hit the fire button, you get this tether, and now basically I have to keep him in the center of my target here, and he is going to be maneuvering away. So basically the interface I've seen is very similar to the interface you see when you're getting interdicted, but obviously this time I'm doing the interdicting, so I've got to keep the... there we go. So he's submitted in that demo. So you can see there, he's dropped it into this instance now. This allows us to chase people down and track them into there. Let's, thank you, Commander, which was awesome. Yeah, so you can see there he's submitted, so I didn't need to get the blue bar all the way up to the top of the screen in order to attack him. Normally you have to keep fighting and fighting until you get that interdiction marker all the way up to the top. Unfortunately, if you do that, you usually suffer a bit of damage off each of you from doing it, so if your target submits, you don't get any damage, which is a great thing. So that's awesome.
That's what I do these days. If I get interdicted, I just submit immediately and kill the guy.
Oh, and he has the awesome pirate paint job there with the skull and the flames. Excellent.
That's a must-have right there.
We'll just wait for him to cruise out. Let's keep him on there. So yeah, so that's basically how the interdiction works. You get behind them, you match your speed with them. Once you're within range, you activate your interdictor, which you assign to a fire group. Here I've got it on group 2, and yep, you get that tether up, you keep them in that center of your reticule until you either get that blue bar filled up or they submit. So there we go. Boosh! Off he goes. Awesome.
Boosting is still fun. I do it all the time.
Boosting is yes, and hopefully I'll get into some more combat in a second. Now with the Eagle I've got at the moment, I've got the class 2, I believe. Yep, class 2 rated A power distributor, which is insanely fast and powerful. It recharges like no one's business. If you put 4 pips into engines, you can literally just keep spamming the boost like it's on repeat, which is awesome. So it really does give you an advantage in combat on that. I'll show you that in a second. Sorry, catching up on the chat. AC931274. That's a memorable name. Awesome.
Yes.
I've raised a ticket last week. Any idea how long it takes to reply to tickets? I don't know the exact support procedure. As I said, I'm not part of the team, so I don't know how that works and how quickly they do it. They've got tickets all over the place. They get prioritized based on how many people they're affecting and how critical they are and things like that. So I can't tell you exactly how long it's going to take to get it fixed and everything, but I'm sure that they'll get on top of it, definitely for people who can't get into the game and things like that. That becomes the #1 priority, obviously. So yeah, don't lose faith. They will get round to you.
Can I just add something to that?
Yeah, sure.
That's the issue I brought up just before about not being able to text other commanders. It will work if you're in the same instance, but I'm assuming they're not spending that much time on it right now because they're going to be improving that with the addition of the wings system. Yeah,
the wings and fleets and things that are coming on there. The local communication is getting a complete overhaul anyway, so I imagine during the process of that, comms are going to get completely revamped, as part of that. So there we go.
See.
A question there. Have I mentioned the shipyard tool? I was going to mention the shipyard tool. Yes.
Yes, that was in the notes.
Yep. Let's go, and I'll paste it up in there in case anyone's missed that. In case I'm getting slow on the chat there. So yeah, the shipyard tool is absolutely brilliant. Again, another community tool that's made out there. And it's fantastic. It lets you go away and kind of spec up a ship, how much it's going to cost you, and what the jump range is going to be, and things like that. All from the comfort of a web browser without having to go into the game, which is awesome. The best thing about it is it allows you to kind of speculate what your ship might be in the future without having to have some insane amount of money to do it, which is good because it's nice to have a target. It's nice to have a goal. Let's get to this nav beacon, and hopefully we can kill some pirates. Yar!
Kill.
Commander Jan, open play? Yes, open play.
Always open play.
Dobbo, any news on the netcode? You still find that you can't text in game with a player you can't meet up in game. I've had kind of the opposite thing. Occasionally I've had things like I can't text with them, and then I meet up with them, and then suddenly I can text with them. So I think there's definitely some kind of like negotiation, handshaking stuff going on in the network code that just needs to be figured out there. Like I said, I think it is odd configurations with some people's routers and their machines and things like that, which seem to interfere with the way that it links players up. I've had some instances where I can just see dozens and dozens of players going around with no issue, and then other times, often trying to play with my best friend Commander Alpha Rats, and it will not connect to him, and then other nights we'll happily play around for hours and hours. So there's definitely something going on there, but he plays on a mobile broadband connection, and he still syncs up with me and plays, so it's nothing to do with bandwidth or stability. I think it's just some weird configuration issues, I think, with there. Maybe something to do with ISPs not liking peer-to-peer traffic, because they're notoriously bad for that.
That's true, yeah. That's always going to be an issue, I think.
Did you any ETA on when you'll be able to crash land on a planet? Hopefully, very, very soon. Very soon.
Oh, that's something I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, sure.
Crash. A while ago, I've always been on the lookout for like the ultimate space sim, which I've now found, thankfully. But before I found Elite Dangerous, I was playing a game called Evacron Mercenary. Have you ever heard of that game?
Yes, I have played that. Yeah, I tried the. I think you get something like a day demo or something like that to just try everything out, and then it falls back to like a basic version or something, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really, really liked the feel of that game. It was really, really good. I mean, I think that's basically made by it's a very small team, isn't it?
I thought it was one guy actually.
One guy, yeah.
Sure.
I mean, that's I was reading up on it, and I was very impressed with what he's managed to do with it. I particularly like the fact that there's basically no limit to the velocity you can achieve. Like, you can just keep going and going and going, and just it's almost like Frontier Elite 2 in that respect. It just feels like a real hardcore space simulation on there, which is really, really nice.
And it has planetary landing as well.
Yeah, he's already got all of that stuff in there for doing that. I mean, obviously it's a much lesser scale graphically and things than what I think Elite Dangerous is going to go for when it's in there. But yeah, it is very impressive. Reminds me of another project, the Space Engine. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not exclusively a game, but it's a great exploration tool, going out there and seeing stuff. Very accurate version of the Milky Way galaxy again for you to play around with and have a look at. So
I still have to run that, but every time I get some free time, I'm like, I must play Elite.
Yeah, it does get you into the mood, doesn't it, when you see things like that?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, some question in the game. The only wanted ship I saw was on our side. Cronus, awesome. Commander Cronus must be working for the LFT 133 Independence then. He just spotted a wanted ship. So this is one of the things I've been doing. I kind of been playing the numbers, which is a little bit naughty, but if I have a look at this guy here, we've got an Imperial Clipper. He's wanted. Let's go over to contacts. Ooh, here we go. 35 grand, and he's working in the bottom right corner there. You can see he's working for the LFT 133 Jet Hand Gang. Gentleman Overlord. Let's go give him a tickle with the old beam laser. Get his attention.
Yes. Let's get him out of there.
Awesome. So yeah, so what Commander Cronus was pointing out there is I've been guilty of this myself. If I spot someone wanted, but he's working for the LFT 133 Independence, which is the faction we're trying to give a reputation boost to, I kind of just turn a blind eye and let them let them go about their business. But that's all's fair in love and war and all that.
That's the whole beauty of the game. You can do that.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely awesome. I love the fact that I'm not kind of restricted that it's a wanted target, I must hit it because it's a wanted target. If I don't touch him, they won't touch me, sort of thing. Which is really, really nice. You can pick your targets. You can choose what you want to do. So here we go.
We got a question from Trax Phantom. Do you know how Imperial summons work regarding Empire ranking?
See, unfortunately, I've not had the opportunity to do much for the Empire at the moment because I've been trying to steer the LFT Independence. But I think all you have to do is you will get a mission eventually, and they will tell you to head to a certain location. I've had a couple of things with permits for the Federation. They'll give you a mission and they'll say head over to the Ross 128 system. All you have to do is literally show up. that's I didn't have to do anything more than that, so that was quite easy. But it's nice.
Yeah, that's actually one thing I wrote down in my notes is the whole permit system in the game. I mean, I can understand why they put it in there, but they're at the same time they're trying to push the fact that it's an open world, and yet you can't go to some systems because of whatever reason.
Yeah,
it's sort of like
a bit of an oxymoron. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. But I think it's nice that you've got that goal, that's something to aim for to get these permits and various things. I think that's nice. But yeah, it is a little bit odd. It is an open world, I suppose, in the respect that you can go anywhere you want, but. I suppose it's kind of like in most games, it's like you can't go there until you've got the red key, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Switch back to beam laser. There we go. So yes, this is the trick I've been doing. I've got the beam laser on the top, the 2 multi-cannons underneath on the Eagle here, and as I said, now I've kitted this out to like A-rated everything in the kitchen sink. It really does chew through most ships, and unfortunately I just hit another player then. I'm sorry, Commander. That was probably Commander Cronus. Oh! Someone got that. It was Commander Cronus. He is wanted to me now. Only 200. He must have just clipped the back of my shields, I think, on there. I think...
Let's see if there's any other questions going on here.
It's happened to all of us.
Nope. Okay, good moment to bring up another issue I wrote down for myself.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
You asked me to think of stuff that I'd actually like to see in the game. And I sort of covered functionality that I think could be improved, or yeah, for me personally at least. There's one thing when I'm bounty hunting or at a nav beacon, and I find a wanted ship. What I'd love to see is the actual bounty amount on the lower left.
Ah, yes.
Instead of having to go to the left panel, because it sort of takes me out of the fight. I'm like, okay, I've scanned the guy, but I don't know what he's worth.
Yeah.
And he's already attacking me. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got that on the screen there at the moment. So in the bottom right corner of the contacts page on the left-hand panel, you get the bounty. This guy currently got no record, but yeah, I think once you've done a scan or something like that, it would be nice if it just popped up in the top corner, bounty detected X amount, and it just disappeared up into the top right info panel or something like other alerts do. Like when you're doing the missions, you get the objective complete and things like that. I think it'd be nice to have something more obvious. And yeah, I agree fully with that. I think it's something where it's these little UI tweaks that I've hinted at that I think once they get these little adjustments into a few things like that, it will infinitely make the game more accessible and easy for people. And I think they're simple things, so I think they will come pretty soon.
Yeah, well, if you compare the UI now as like to alpha stage even, there's such a massive difference.
Yeah, it's surprising. I mean, the last time I saw the alpha, I mean, we had we had all of the builds available at EGX, and we had them on the screen, and just seeing 2 machines side by side with alpha and the latest build at the time, it was...
Username is also Kerrash.
Hey there, folks, we are back. Sorry about that. Yes, the obligatory crash. It's it wouldn't be a crash landing without a crash. That's the way it is here, I'm afraid.
I think it's overuse causing it. No,
I've killed my machine in the process. The chat is not loading. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to bring the chat back up so I can see. I do apologise. I don't think I've missed any questions, but we'll get back in.
That was your wife who said that, by the way.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Crash.
No. He needs a new PC, Mrs. Crash.
Yeah, yes,
please,
I do.
Please.
I do need a new PC. I've killed this one. I've absolutely killed it. So I am attempting. I'm trying. I've disabled the webcam for the time being, so I apologise. You won't see my ugly mug. I know you wanted to see that. I'm just going to disable the webcam and see if that is what causes it. It just...
They can't see my ugly mug
up.
either.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but this is... I have tried literally everything. I didn't want to disable the webcam, but if it's worth a shot to see whether it is. It's definitely my machine. I've had it happen to me over and over. It's just ridiculous. Questions is coming in. What do I think of the new ship concept? Oh, it's so sweet. I knew there were some new ships coming. It's great to see that the Fer-de-Lance is on its way. I always wanted to play around with one of those.
It does look quite sexy.
I think the thing was, I mean, in the original Elites, you could only really fly the Cobra, couldn't you? I don't think there was any version of the original Elite on any platform which let you fly anything other than the Cobra Mark III. And as far as I'm aware, Frontier Elite 2, you could never fly the Fer-de-Lance. It wasn't an available option. So, really, we've all heard about it, but this is going to be the first time that any of us can actually fly a Fer-de-Lance, I believe.
Yeah.
So, yay! Cannot wait
to see when it actually gets into the game.
So here we go. So it was a good example here. We've got, there's an Elite Cobra. We have a guy here with a bounty. So yeah, unfortunately I still have to go into that screen to find the bounty, which is a little bit of a pain. Oh, he's a good guy.
Saturn 9, there are no stupid questions, but he asks, did you try a BIOS reset? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've reset my BIOS, I've reinstalled my machine, I have...
Bless you.
Um, I have tried multiple versions of OBS, 32, 64, yes. Um, tried all sorts of things. Yeah.
Repasted your heat sinks and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I stripped my machine down back to the scratch, dusted it all out, reapplied thermal paste, some Arctic Silver, which was pretty good thermal paste, and yeah, nothing. Everything I tried just seems to be a bust, unfortunately. Did manage to get the machine running about 10 degrees cooler after applying the thermal paste, so that was a win. But yeah, unfortunately, nothing seems to work. I've got a meaty power supply in there, way beyond what I need. I've been running all sorts of monitoring software to make sure that the power supply is not, dying and not unable to keep up. Heat monitors, things like that. Literally everything I can think of, and nothing seems to help me, which is a real pain. I just wish I could fix it. Not less for my own enjoyment, but I just don't want it to interfere with the stream. It always seems to happen when I'm streaming, which is annoying. Yeah. So I do apologise, folks. One of those things. Hopefully this year I can get it sorted.
Yeah. Tarjan, I thought the exact same thing. I just said that at the beginning of the stream. It sort of looks like an adder, the Fertile Lance.
Oh, the Fertile Lance. Yeah, it's got that look to it, and I'm fighting an adder now. So it's a more luxury version of the adder, I think.
Yes. Oh, Sarah9 also asked if you have the same problem when you're not streaming.
I've had it happen to me once or twice when I'm not streaming. Yeah, the only common thing I can think of is the load that my computer is under whilst I'm gaming and streaming and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, I've had it happen to me, when I'm playing Elite, when I'm not playing Elite. So I've ruled the game out as well. It's it's not Elite which is causing the crash. It seems to be my machine just really cannot cope at the moment. It's not going very well. Rare artwork. Ooh. Tempting, so juicy, but I have no cargo space on my Eagle.
Oh.
Well, that's one of the things I considered. I mean, I sacrificed the cargo space. The bounty hunting, I was making enough money from it that it really wasn't worth the risk of collecting any goods from your kills or anything like that, and trying to smuggle them in yourself. So,
Yes, it's not easy smuggling stuff in.
ePilot 007, my motherboard. Yeah, I'm really concerned that maybe my motherboard is past its sell-by date, and maybe the capacitors on the power circuit are causing issues, maybe, and just glitching out. If it is, that's basically a whole new PC for me, because you just cannot buy these motherboards anymore. It's a few years old now, unfortunately. But hopefully this year I'll save up the cash to do it.
Oh. Yes, indeed.
But, yeah.
Well, you could have tried the whole Elite thing, Kerrash, and won money from Frontier.
Yeah, £1,000 from winning an Elite rank. I think that would have just about been enough to do it. I think that would have been nice. I kind of excluded myself from that automatically. I thought I didn't want to get into the whole problems with that. There was enough issues when I was at EGX, and the guys at Frontier asked me to just randomly pick people for the competition down there, and even then there was people accusing me of fixing it, and I was like, no, honestly, I even used like a random generator app to just go pick tweets. Honestly, it was not me at all. It was completely random, and so I think 2 streamers got picked, and someone else who was a regular got picked on my stream, and it was like I wasn't picking these people out. It was honestly they were tweeting, the algorithm picked them, they won those things. It wasn't me. So I think I got that much hassle from a few people on that. I'm thinking I'm not even going to enter this competition, because you can imagine the uproar. It's like, oh yeah, he won. Of course he won.
Of course he did. I read I think somebody actually made Elite's rank this week.
Yes. I think I saw the tweet go out for that. Someone actually managed to achieve the Elite rank. I don't know whether it's been qualified by Frontier yet. I don't know if they've had a chance to review, because obviously they can review every aspect of the save game and make sure that it wasn't achieved too quickly or through any kind of exploits or whatever, so they can check all of those things. So it hasn't been verified yet, but I did see that someone actually managed to achieve the combat rank. I don't know whether they've actually kind of applied and said, yep, I want to go for that £1,000, and that's one of the things that you know, you have to make that choice. Do you want to go for that £1,000 for one of each of the 3 ranks, or do you want to wait, hold off, and get the £10,000?
Yeah.
You know, I'd be happy with 1,000. That would be nice.
So would I. But I didn't want to wipe my save.
No, I didn't want to start again from scratch. To be fair, I mean, I wiped one day before, and I thought, no, it's not worth it. It would be a lot of pain.
Actually, I was saying today in Toadstream, I had my save game since Gamma, and I actually have access to the Founder Worlds.
Oh,
the Founders
yes.
World, but I'm probably not supposed to have it because I'm only a beta backer.
Okay.
So another incentive to not wipe my save.
Yeah. Let's don't change that. Yep.
I
We'll
don't
put a
know,
bug
I mean,
report in for that one.
I could. I'm an honest person. I probably will do that eventually. Be a bit of a shame to other people in the same situation. I'm not sure.
It doesn't matter.
Let's see if there's any more questions here.
I see Saturnines. Donate now to Crash to buy a decent PC.
Yes, donate now.
I don't know about streaming 24/7. As much as I'd like to do that, I don't think I could get enough donations to quit my job. That would be nice.
You never know.
Well, yeah, it would be nice, but yeah.
But that's a dream of many people, and when they actually achieve it, they're like, "Man, I hate this job." So I think they don't realize how much work it really is.
Yeah, it does. It takes a lot of time to kind of organize and do this. I mean, I'm happy to do it on a volunteer basis. You know, I've never gone seeking followers or donations or anything for the stream. You know, that's not what it was about. You know, I wanted to share Elite, let people see it, let them experience it, and you know, just be a conduit for them to demo it. But now, of course, they can play it, which is awesome. So.
Indeed, yes. I used to do the YouTube thing just for fun. I mean, I didn't really plan to achieve anything, honestly. The whole idea of recording, video editing, and uploading just really appealed to me. But yeah, all good fun.
Yeah, no, it is really awesome. I love demoing it to people. You know, I think that's why I kept getting picked to do the ambassador thing. It's like I just love showing people it. It's just I get so enthusiastic and just kind of worked up about it. It's like, oh yeah, you can do this, and there's this great thing you can do here when you do this, and you know, and it is just so much fun, kind of imparting that knowledge onto people so that then they can do it. That's what I really enjoy is you know, sharing the little tips and the little secrets and things that aren't necessarily obvious at first glance, and then letting people try that out. It's really great to see.
Yeah, sure.
Any more questions in there? Quick catch up, and then we'll get back onto the newsletter. Lots of info in the newsletter this time, actually. Big announcement that I missed. It was right at the top there, actually. Michael Brooks has confirmed that the Mac version, the native Mac version, will go into beta in about 3 months' time, which is excellent for the Mac players out there. I know that a lot of Mac players have been running things like Boot Camp and various other workarounds to get it. I know for a fact that David Braben himself, actually, when he's out and about with his Mac, he runs it under emulation, Windows under emulation, in order to play with his 360 controller on the go. So you know, it's a viable way to play, but it'd be great to have a native version. It'd definitely be better performance for everyone. And as Michael said in the thing there, I don't think it's going to take as long to get a version out. It won't be as much beta testing because it literally is just a platform test rather than a game test. So is that a? There is. Ooh, that NPC is going backwards. Sorry, carry on.
Is there? Does the Cobra engine actually support OpenGL as well?
Don't think so. I think it's pretty much built from the ground up with DirectX support. But on that note, I am really looking forward to DX12 support, which would be really, really cool, because I know DX12 is on the card. It's due to be released soon, maybe in the next, towards the end of this year. I keep forgetting we're in 2015 now, and I know for a fact that you know, this engine is DX11 compatible. So I think, you know, a jump to DX12 would be a big boost performance-wise for a lot of people, and you know, just better support for 4K and all that kind of thing. So nice.
But yeah, the reason I ask is because like macOS uses OpenGL.
Yeah.
If they wanted to run on macOS, they'd have to support it.
Yeah, maybe they do have a layer for that. I mean, I haven't seen it on Windows. I mean, maybe it's just because DX is the preferred implementation on Windows. They don't use an OpenGL implementation on Windows. Honestly, that's a detail that I just don't know. And if I did know, I probably couldn't share anyway. You know, those cursed NDAs and all that. So, but yeah,
Oh,
but
so
no,
you're admitting you've signed an NDA?
yes.
Okay, there you go.
Yes. So,
Looks like the stream is not
dropping
doing
frames?
well. It's not there. Failed to load video. I'm trying to refresh the page, but
yeah. Okay. So it is. It's not the channel. I think it's something to do with Twitch, maybe. I don't know if everyone can hear this, but people are. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't think it's my end. I don't think we're live right now.
The page isn't loading at all.
Maybe someone there just mentioned that there might be some events on Twitch, maybe. So.
Oh yeah, I'm getting a full-on error.
Okay.
I could try to go to the page, so it's Twitch.
Let me just check the settings. Let me just drop the quality down.